With the start of the new school year, there's this one thing that every school leader asks of their teachers. However, it's also the same thing that is not quite tracked properly until it's a little too late. And then you find yourself having to backtrack and get everybody on board on this one thing. And that thing is parental outreach. We all say the same thing as school leaders that in the first week or two we're going to reach out to all parents and do introductions or maybe introductory letters. It could be that quick phone call or email, but we don't do that well enough. How many times have you been in a situation where you have a parent coming to you as a school leader and saying, especially after parent teacher conferences or maybe a month into the school year, and it's I got a phone call from one of your teachers about my child, and I'm being told that they haven't done any work or they've been doing X, Y, Z in the classroom. There's been issues, and this is the first time I'm hearing about this. And I know this is a very common thing. At least it was a very common thing for me early on in my career. Responding to those. How come I'm hearing this for the first time? And what they're really saying is, who's the stranger calling me? You know, you're so comfortable telling me all these things about my child, but where were you in the beginning to at least me get to know you and us establish that relationship so that you can come to me earlier so that I can then address my child much earlier than now. So how do we make sure that that doesn't happen? Right now, I know right now, especially here in New York City with school year starting, and for other places, this year's already started. But if you haven't already done this, do it now. Make sure that there is someone who's monitoring parental outreach. I've always said this. The business of education, I know people hate to hear the word business, it's also sales. Teachers, the school, we have to sell our product, and the product is education. So selling to the families, making sure that we're branding, making sure that they're aware of what the goal, the mission, the vision of the school year. And the best way to do that is by making sure that there are those points of contact. And there should be several, especially in the beginning of the school year. Every teacher should have reached out to parents, saying just preferably verbally, even if you're only getting a voicemail, hello, my name is, Uche Njoku. I'm your child's math teacher, and I'm so excited about the school year. And if you're not able to reach them to have a conversation that, hello, my name is, then you drop them that voicemail. But, however, you will keep making those calls, maybe it's every other day, whatever, until you've reached everyone verbally. Yes, some people you might not ever reach, but the thing is this, one thing I do know, you call me 3 or 4, like 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times, just saying hello, I'm just want to introduce myself. Eventually I'm going to call you back because I'm going to start feeling like, damn, this person's really making an effort. I'm not reaching out. What you don't want is to have teachers say, like, I sent an email. Okay, how many emails do we get? I dropped a voicemail and that was it. Okay. The same way you get those telemarketers at dinner time, eventually you answer the phone. It's still we have to treat reaching out to parents, not to be annoyances or nuisances, but to let them really understand how important this is. That initial conversation, those initial hellos, my name is, it builds from there. Because then as you reach out throughout the school year for other things, which should include praises, which should include high points, not just low points. Then what ends up happening is when you reach out to a family for support, they're going to be like, wait a minute, you know what? You're a partner with me in my child's education. You're a partner with me in my child's upbringing in between home and school. And guess what? You have a school that is living up to its expectations and high standards of making sure the students doing well and making sure the parents are part of that conversation. So, parental outreach, let's make sure that we're making that's happening and there's someone who's monitoring it. And before I jump off, someone has to monitor it. So whether it's an AP, whether it's your parent coordinator, someone has to make sure that even if it's a spot check, I'm not sure what software you might be using. I know in New York City you have Scheduler, you have Sync Grades and other platforms you can use to track those points of contact. It could just be a Google spreadsheet. But someone needs to monitor making sure that this is happening. And it's a daunting task in the beginning of the school year, but it pays in dividends over the course of the school year. All right? This is Uche Njoku, and I'll talk to you all soon, all right? Be well.